Hey, welcome to another episode of Out of the Darkness and Into the Light. I was filming a little bit earlier. There's an iguana back there. Huge iguana. Let me see, can I get him in the shot? Okay, he's a direct line with these lampposts. Can't see him. Let me see. It's hard to tell looking from this angle. I don't know if you could see him or not. Right in that area right over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm kind of pointing at him right there. So out of the darkness is into the light. Out here in natural nature, we just saw a beautiful iguana enjoying the sun. It's nice to enjoy the sun. It's nice to be out here in nature, natural. Just wanted to talk briefly today about the importance of having standards and the importance of not only having standards but taking a stand. Sometimes it's good to take a stand against whatever the situation could be, instead of just sitting back and watching it transpire. Sometimes we can take a stand, and we don't have to be violent in our stance. Martin Luther King was famous for nonviolent protesting and not taking a stand. In my opinion, that was a good decision, and then it wasn't such a good decision, because I think if we had took more of an aggressive stand back then in those times, there's no telling what would have happened. Probably would have been back in the Civil War, but the nonviolent approach apparently was the solution at the time. But there are some situations in our lives when we need to take a stand, and then there are situations in our life when we can just allow the process to work itself through. And in allowing the process to work itself through, sometimes that's the solution. The solution is just to allow it to work itself through. You could still take a stand, and in your stand is to allow that process to work itself through. And in allowing that process to work itself through, you could prove your stance, if you understand what I'm saying. And so, on the other hand, if there's something that's a gross violation of a person's rights, or both gross violation of a person's personal property or themselves, then you'd really take a stand. You don't allow that process to work through. You take a stand. And so a lot of times we need to search ourselves and be honest with ourselves and see if there's situations that are around us that we have the ability to take a stand, and us taking a stance could make a difference. Because a lot of times if we take a stand, it'll make a difference. If we voice our opinion and not just let it go, we take a stance, and our opinion could affect the outcome. It could be a bad outcome, or it could be a good outcome. But at least you know that you've taken a stance and you've voiced your opinion. I've heard opinions are just like blanks, and everybody got one. That's true. But an opinion is an open-ended option. It's an open-ended option. There's an option there. You could take the opinion, or you don't have to take the opinion. It's an open-ended option. I was trying to get that iguana in the shot again. I looked to the... See, he's moving. He's on the move. Ain't no stopping him now. He's on the move. But opinions, we all need to express ourselves, and we all have the right to our own opinions. And no one can shut you down about your opinion. No one can say your opinion is not valid. No one can say your opinion is not useful. When you assess the situation and you assess your environment and you see that your opinion could be used or your opinion could be needed, then of course we express our opinion. And there's nothing wrong with that. And the other thing is that self-love. We were talking about that before. You know, it's great to love someone. It's great to love someone else. But how about loving yourself? Hey, that's a good idea. In my opinion, you should love yourself. Love yourself. Be opinionated about yourself. You can allow people to have an opinion about you, but you have an opinion about yourself and love on yourself. Do those things that you think that are viable for you. Take time out for yourself. You know I'm always going to say that. Take time out for yourself. And also, we want to send a lot more love energy out, so just send out that love energy. Love on someone. Tell somebody you love them. I say that a lot. I'm on that tangent because we need love. We need love. We got a generation of children that they seem to be raising themselves, or technology is raising them, and they don't have that self-love. I'm a 60s baby, and I guess we was I don't know what you call us. I think 70s came about, so it was the love children, the love generation. And then we had the 80s where there was the, what they call the crystal kids. The crystal kids, they were sent here just for the purpose to introduce the 2000s, the millennial reign. And this is when we noticed the boom in technology also. It was with the millennial kids, the crystal kids, I'm sorry. And now we have the millennials, where artificial intelligence is going to be the thing. And we're no longer be just face-to-face with each other anymore. We'll be doing like I'm doing now. We'll be communicating by video. And sometimes we'll be talking to a real person, and then sometimes we'll be talking to our avatar by way of artificial intelligence. I don't see a problem with artificial intelligence. I do see a problem with us just totally relying on the artificial intelligence, because if you don't think for yourself, someone else will think for you. Yeah, that artificial intelligence is going to think for you. And there's nothing wrong with having assistance and bypassing a lot of the bureaucracy and trying to get things accomplished through local and city government and even government. But once we are out of the picture, that's just what will happen. The humans will be out of the picture, and will be regulated by the artificial intelligence. And the artificial intelligence will be the things that enforce the law. And they'll be the things that enforce the laws and won't show any leniency or heart. If you're in an area that it says no trespassing, violators will be shot, and then you jump the fence and then jump back outside the fence, the artificial intelligence says no, but you was inside the fence, and so it shoots you when you're outside the fence. Because it's going to the letter of the law, the sign. No trespassing. Trespassers will be shot. we as a human, we would look at the sign and we would maybe trespass, and then the other human would come and they wouldn't shoot us immediately. They would make sure that we're aware that, are you aware that there's no trespassing and that trespassers can be shot? So we need for you to leave the property right now, or I'm within my right to shoot you. Now, that was a conversation with two humans, and the other human that violated the signage by being on the property, and the person with the patrolling the property technically had the right to shoot him, but he didn't. He discussed it. Artificial intelligence is not going to discuss it with you. Artificial intelligence is going to say, okay, you violated, you trespassed, you over the fence, and then you jump back over the fence and go, I'm not there no more. Nope, you did it. You got to suffer the consequences. That's a world we don't want to see. But that's the world we're coming to. We're coming to that world. And hey, maybe it's for the good, or maybe it's for the bad. It's like digital currency. Maybe it's for the good, maybe it's for the bad. I know a lot of times when we do a lot of our transactions now over the internet, you know, it's good to be able to do it over the internet. You don't have to be there to pay for it in person. And you can transfer money. They've been doing wire transfers way before we was made known and accustomed to it. Those who had money that was worth wire transferring did it. But now we do it on a smaller scale, and we got the digital currency. All currency is digital technically, because if you go and put cash in the bank, they're going to give you credit for the cash and take the cash, and now you got digital currency until you come back and request cash. When you come back and request cash, then they're obligated to give you cash. But until they do that, and you shopping online using your debit card and your Visa cards and your MasterCards, you're using the digital currency. You've been programmed to do it all along. So we fight it because we hear it, but we've been doing it all along. Isn't that something? Anyway, just remember, self. You got to love yourself. You got to have an opinion. You have to be opinionated. It's that thing that makes the salad. Some people don't like all the extras in the salad, and some people do. And everybody don't put ranch dressing on their salad, and everybody don't put vinaigrette on their salad. It's up to you to make that salad. It's up to you to determine what's the ingredients that's going to be in that salad. So it is up to you. When you figure out when is a good time to voice your opinion and hold strong to that opinion, and when it's a good time not to voice your opinion and hold on to that decision not to voice your opinion. Opinions are good. Opinions are good. Opinions are good. It's okay. In my opinion, I think you should watch the next video where we come from out of the darkness and into the light, baby. I just love the way that sounds, man. I just love the way that sounds. Out of the darkness and into the light. Out of the darkness and into the light. And into the light. Oh, I love the way that sounds.